Hello everybody, it's Daniel here, and welcome back to Showdown Sunday, competitive Pokemon battling. And I can actually say each week on Sunday now, because things are looking good for the foreseeable future. So to kick things off for summer, I thought I'd actually look at a new tier altogether, a completely different metagame, and that is UU. So I haven't really got a lot of experience in UU, but I have like a general feel for some of the Pokemon in it. Some that I actually want to use quite a bit, and that just never quite fit in OU. So I've kind of taken a combination of those ideas, and I'm really just trying to apply them here, really giving it a go, and I've had moderate success with this team. Not gonna lie, I'm still not familiar with the tier that much, but it's pretty fun just to use these guys. It's very different as well. So the first thing you're going to notice is the Mega I've decided to use for the team is, of course, Mega Ampharos here. And I've actually got a Trick Room set going on here, as you can see with the Bronzong. The idea is it's a standard Trick Room range set. You kind of use Bronzong to get up some hazards, set up the range, set up the Trick Room, and then you get into Ampharos best you can, and then you just spam Thunder. Because Thunder is ridiculously strong in Ampharos. Like, look at that special attack, Jesus Christ. Things don't take this well, like, at all, and it completely destroys them, especially when you have Trick Room up. Volt Switch is just there for the last turn, so you can kind of get out into something just a bit better, so you don't have, like, an awkward switch. Plus, also, Ampharos has, well, it doesn't have a lot of options for moves. It is kind of limited, like, Signal Beam was really my only other option if I want to run it. I don't really want that, because Thunder is a monster on this thing. So Volt Switch is just there for that reason. Get a bit of momentum going. Then, of course, the standard defense of Bronzong. Nothing too exciting here. This oh god, I can never pronounce this thing's name. Alomomola. That's the one. This thing is something I've wanted to try for ages, and it's the fact that this thing gets Magic Coat, and I've had a lot of success with this. So Magic Coat is essentially a priority move, but it can bounce back hazards and status effects. That catches so many people off guard, and it essentially gets me a couple of free hazards, because as you can see by this team, I only really have Stealth Rocks in this. I don't have a spinner or anything, so Magic Coat's actually quite good, and I normally actually leave with this thing as well. Apart from that, we got standard Wish Toxic, EV spread, pretty standard, just standard defense really. I got Aqua Jet on this thing as well, because I do have Rain, and it does actually save me quite a few times. If there's generally something that's just on such a small amount of health, just send an Alomola. And yeah, no one expects that. It's really fantastic. Next we got this Chandelure here, and this is just as much of a monster as they can possibly make it. It's choice specs, Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Hidden Power Ice. Nothing too fantastic here, it just does a lot of damage. I got Flash Fire over Intimidate because I just wanted something that takes fire type moves just a bit better. Like, I have Alomola as well and the Ampharos, but yeah, I just really want it on that, and it's kind of rare that you get faced up against subs in this. And whenever I am actually faced up against subs, I have this Whimsicott here, and this one's got Encore, so I can pretty much trap them. This is kind of a weird set for Whimsicott I'm running. I'm not going for these standard kind of status moves. I have Leech Seed and Encore, of course, but I don't like have Taunt and loads of things on top of that. And I actually do have some special attack investment and some speed, because this thing has Energy Ball and Moonblast, and it's pretty good. Like, this can actually... it can pretty much 2-hit KO like a Salamence and quite a few dragons, and people just, again, don't expect Whimsicott to really kill a lot of things. It's surprisingly useful, and I actually do like it. The last thing on this set is a set I've been trying for ages to get into OU with, and it's this Scrafty. It's a Saltfest Scrafty, and I really love this set. I honestly God, I've tried so many teams with this thing, and they just never work. I've got Moxie here, I've got Drain Punch, Power Up Punch, Knock Off, and Ice Punch. This thing, as soon as it gets going, it's just a nightmare to actually deal with. The EV spread here is, I've got quite a bit of bulk. Like, you can see 132 HP, 124 defense, and an all-out attack. It's surprisingly effective, and I think actually I've done... Yeah, okay. I'm just going to quickly change this, I think, in a sec, but that's supposed to be a negative speed nature there, so it actually banks on the Trick Room just ever so slightly. So it gives me a couple of options with Trick Room as well, just with Bronzong. I don't have to go straight into Mega Ampharos. But yeah, this Scrafty, it just works really well, and I really am a fan of it. Now, the one problem that this team has, I've just experienced, and I really need to work on it a bit. I've only got Gyro Ball to deal with this. Florges, Florges, however you pronounce it. I'm bad at Pokemon names. Always have been. But I haven't really got anything to deal with, as you can see. I'm very much I'm predominantly specially based. Like, if you just look at the composition of my team. Gyro Ball's my only real team to do it. I have Toxic as well, but Toxic's not really going to do much considering that they have like Aromatherapy. Whimsicott is generally a good kind of counter to it, because I do have Encore and I can kind of just lock him into something. But then I gotta have to whittle him away with Leech Seed and whatnot, so yeah, it's quite difficult to deal with. It's definitely the one counter to this team that I really need to switch something up for. But apart from that, I've had a fair amount of success with this team, and it's pretty fun to use. So let's dive into our first game. Oh, and just before I do that, actually, quick change I'm gonna make. Choice Scarf Chandler. That might be a bit better. Okay, and what have we got this time? A couple of interesting things on this team. So Moltres, like, you don't see that often. So that's unique in itself. Well, we get Stealth Rock up before that comes in. We should be relatively okay. And then we got a Raikou that we have to kind of worry about. Ampharos should be able to tank that quite well. We got a Nidoking, that's probably just the standard Sheer Force kind of set. Chestnut's normally bulky walls. And Parrot Swampert, oh god, that's quite bulky. So we're going to have to be contending with both of these things. Well, the best lead for him is actually probably his Raikou, because he can just kind of switch straight off. So I'm actually going to lead with Ampharos. Kind of predicting that. Oh, okay, he's actually going to lead with his Swellow, right. Okay, this is probably just going on to protect, I'm guessing. Just to get off its Flame Orb, because it's the Swellow, it's what they all kind of run. I just want to kind of get my Mega Evolution out so I can take a couple of resisted hits from Raikou later. So I know that he's probably just going to do something else. I'm just going to go for Standard Volts, which is... Yeah, he's just going to go for a U-turn. Like, that was pretty apparent. Like, I didn't expect him really to do anything else there. But that's fine, and he is just going to kind of go into his Swamp here. That's not too bad, though. I've got the Ampharos Mega Evolve now. So that's kind of just what I wanted to do there. So let's see, what are we going to want to do to deal with this thing? Well, it's probably... I would love to go into Whimsicott and try and start tanking it, but it's probably got Ice Punch and whatnot, and that just causes hassle. It really does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into Alomola, because that means I can get a Toxic off on it. And if it doesn't set up Stoat Rock the first turn, it means I could go for a Magic Coat and set up hazards on his side of the field, which would be pretty freaking fantastic if I actually pull that off. I have had relative success with that. Normally I do the Libra, but I was just picking Raikou here, so I'm not really sure. Again, I'm quite unfamiliar with this. Okay, let's just go back into our Alomola, and sure enough, he's just going to go straight for the EQ here, so that's fine. I can pretty much actually tank this Swampert fantastically. There's nothing really to fear here. Okay, so what's he going to want to switch in next? He could actually switch into his Swellow, predicting the kind of obvious Toxic. That would be like a relatively good play on his part. I'm actually going to predict Stout Rocks though, and I am going to go straight for the Magic Coat, and oh no. No! Okay, well, it was a ballsy move, it was. This turn I'm just going to go for the Toxic though, get it off on that Chestnut. He's just going to go straight for Wood Hammer here, so that's fine. He's going to get a lot of recall off on him. Toxic is going to start whittling away. And we do have Regenerator on this thing, so I've got absolutely nothing to fear here. And I can just pretty much go into Whimsicott, and this just walls him pretty much entirely. Like, yeah, just really resisted hits. He's not going to be able to accomplish much, and we can essentially go for a Moonblast in return. I don't want to go for Encore, because just given that he switched before with the Swampert, didn't like set the Stout Rocks, I believe he is going to switch again. So let's just go straight for Moonblast, and as he's actually going to go into his Moltres now. Okay, and that was a crit Moonblast. Oh god, that really doesn't do much. Right, so I'm really not sure what Moltres is actually going to want to do. Normally they run kind of Fire Blast Hurricane sets. So with that in mind, what are we actually going to do here? I think he's probably going to go for a Hurricane because it gets him better coverage on everything on my team. So with that in mind, I am going to go out to Bronzong this turn. And oh no, he actually goes to the Flamethrower. Okay, I was really predicting the freaking Hurricane there. This time I'm going to go out to Chandelure. And hopefully, yeah, okay, he's just going to go for it again. That raises the power of our Fire-type moves. And, okay, he has leftovers, right? So we have to kind of work around that now. So we aren't just Choice Scarf here, so we'll definitely be faster. I'm actually curious if a Fire Blast will do more than the Shadow Ball in this scenario, just because we have the Flash Fire boost. Let's just go for a Shadow Ball, though, because it's a bit more neutral. And, yeah, that actually does a fair amount. Hidden Power, surprisingly not going to do that much. That must have been Hidden Power Ground, I'm going to guess. Just given Moltres' coverage, it's probably something it would want. We can just go safely for another Shadow Ball here. If he switches to anything else, it's not going to appreciate it, except the Swellow. God damn it. I keep forgetting that. Okay, well, oh no, he's actually got that off now. So that's slightly problematic. He can essentially start going for Facades all over the place. The first turn he's not going to go for it though, just because I've got this thing out. So we're going to have to actually sack our Bronzong very unfortunately here, just to get off a bit more damage on him. The burn's now kind of racking up a bit there, so that is fantastic. And let's see, what are we going to want to do here? Oh god, I'm really not sure how I'm actually supposed to deal with this thing. It's quite powerful. It really is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out into my Alomola, and I'm gonna predict him to go for the Facade now. And what I want to do here is just get some more Regenerator off. I'm gonna go immediately back out the Chandler. Hopefully he goes for it. Okay, he actually just goes for the U-turn now. That's fine though. This actually gives me like a bit of a nice matchup. I can definitely do something. Like, I've got a counter to pretty much everything on his team. Like, he's going to send in Swampert here. I can just go straight for the Energy Ball, and that's going to take him clean out. So, and that's pretty good. Fine with me. So that's pretty good. And now he's going to go back into his Swellow. And now he's essentially locked in. He can essentially go for a Brave Bird, and he's going to kill something on my team. Quite horrifically here. Alomola is probably the best thing to take it. I can definitely live one. Oh, wow. Okay, I lived that a lot better than I thought I would. So that's pretty fantastic. Let's go for a Wish here, because I'm pretty sure I can take a Facade even at that damage. And he's just going to go back out to his Chestnut here, so that's fine with me. That's just going to rack up a bit of extra damage on him. And we did actually go to our Wish there, so we can switch in something. He's going to probably go for the Woodhammer, and I would love to get the Chandler back to full health. And actually, yeah, just thinking about it now, even if he goes for Woodhammer and that, he shouldn't be able to kill Chandler. So let's go into him here. And Woodhammer, oh, god damn it, no, I was hoping I would just live that. Tragically, it is not to be, and that's really unfortunate. Okay, well, okay, so he's still on this thing now. So we're going to have to decide what we want to do next. I could switch into Scrafty now and try and start setting up a couple of things on him. He's really not going to be able to hurt Scrafty with much in return. Well, okay, Woodhammer and that. I'd definitely go for an Ice Punch and take him. And I would just get Moxie, I guess, but even if I do that, then he'll probably just go back into a Swallow or something. So it's not that great of a play just yet. So let's go back out into Whimsicott, because we know that he just can't touch this thing. So that's fine, and let's just predict the switch this time and go straight for the Leech Seed. A bit ballsy to do on the grass type, but yeah, he is definitely going to do it. And he goes straight into his Moltres here, so that's fine. We're going to just whittle that thing away just a bit more. And now, what are we going to want to do? I'm still very fearful of him actually just going for a Hurricane of some description. Well, actually, we have a bit of extra recovery, I guess, now, so we can just go straight out into our Ampharos, because we do have Leech Seed here as well. And oh, he's actually going to go back into his Swellow. Okay, right. That doesn't bother me too much. I know I can definitely live one Facade, just because Swellow doesn't have, like, the best of physical prowess. Not going to lie. But I want to keep my Ampharos in a bit better standing, so I am just going to go back out to my Alomola. And yeah, he just went for the U-turn there, so that's actually fine. I probably could have just stayed in and went for a Volt, which got off some more damage. But that's honestly okay. I'm not too worried about that. And now we've got to contend with this Chestnut once again. He's really just trying to get back into his Chestnut as often as he can. And he's actually making a lot of switches now as well. Dear God. Okay, well, he can't hurt Whimsicott again. This is kind of like my go-to switch for it. Sure enough, he's just going to go for a Woodhammer. Nothing to fear here. Toxic is going to whittle him away just a bit more. And this time I'm just going to go for a Moonblast in case he predicts the Leech Seed or whatnot. And I just want to get a bit of damage off on something. He's actually going to go back out to his Swellow here, so that works fantastic. And we're actually going to take that thing clean out. Again, Whimsicott doing work, actually killing things. Well, Swellow doesn't have the best of bulk, but still, it's nice to see Whimsicott actually killing things. Like, of all freaking things on your team. It's pretty cool, not going to lie. Okay, well, what we can actually do here is if we go out to Alomola, we can pretty much take a Flamethrower relatively well, hopefully not get burned. And an Aqua Jet will probably, well, it won't kill it, but it will do a significant amount. And he's very near Roost range now. I'm gonna guess, just because he has leftovers, I'm guessing this thing also packs the Roost. So with that in mind, I guess what I can do is I can just get a Wish off. Sure enough, he is going to reveal the Hurricane here. That's a very unfortunate miss there as well. But it is Hurricane, it's like kind of the risk that you take with this. So now that we've got this off, I want to start going for freaking let's go for a freaking Aqua Jet. Let's see how much this actually does. And oh, he's getting very unfortunate misses there. Okay, let's not keep going for Aqua Jets, because that was really stupid. That we probably should have just gone for Toxic. Sure enough, he's going to land a Hurricane this time. Again, I'm not too worried about though, because I do have Regenerator. I can just effectively switch out. I've got nothing really to fear here. Ampharos should be able to take it relatively well, so let's just go straight out to him. Not much that he can really hurt us with. Sure enough, like, look at Air Slash. Like, it's really not going to do much damage to us. And Ampharos can pretty much go for whatever he wants and just do a significant amount of damage. I think the best switch for him is going to be go straight into his Nidoking. So predicting that, I am just going to go for a Dragon Pulse. Okay, he actually decides that he's going to just sack his Moltres here. That's fine with me. I only take a bit of damage, and I can probably get that back with Wish off of my Alamola, so I'm not too worried there. We have that thing dealt with now, so we don't have to worry about Hurricanes just potentially destroying our Scrafty and our Whimsicott. And now he's going to go out into his Nidoking. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a more obvious EQ, but knowing this man, he's probably going to get Earth Power even. Knowing this guy, he's probably going to start pulling some predictions, and I think he's actually going to go for the Ice Beam, predicting the Whimsicott switch in. So I'm actually going to go to my Alamola, knowing that I can just kind of take whatever he wants to do. And okay, yeah, he actually is just going to go straight for the Earth Power here. Well, he's not going to go for an Ice Beam this turn, surely. So let's go into our Whimsy. And sure enough, we are going to be able to take that well. Now we need to Encore him, because he can potentially just go for the Poison Jam and whatnot. So we need to lock him into that Earth Power. And now when we get Leech Seed off, we should, yeah, we'll definitely be able to live another hit. So let's just go straight forward. And oh, okay, he's actually going to go out to his Chestnut. This is actually fine for me, because I'm going to take this opportunity just to get a bit more recovery off. So that's fine. I can go for another Moonblast. Chestnut won't be able to take that. Sure enough, it goes down. So that's another threat dealt to it. We're doing well here, a 4-2. Getting there. We still have this Nidoking to deal with though, and this is just going to be problematic. I really haven't got much that can actually take this that well. And I'm not really sure how useful Whimsicott's going to be for everything else on his team. It would be nice to lock him into E-Powers a bit more, but what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get a Leech Seed off. I think that's going to be useful, because I can then switch into something else and essentially just have a bit of recovery. The way he seems to be playing this, I'm guessing that this is probably a Specs or Scarfarian. Just given the composition of his team as well, it would kind of make sense to have something like that. So he's now going for a couple of Sludge Waves off on me, so I hope that is indeed... Oh, actually, no, wait, sorry, what am I talking about? Of course it's a Life Orb set, because it's a freaking Sheer Force variant. Okay, right, right, so let's go into our Scrafty here, because we can pretty much take a hit for whatever he wants to do, and because we do have the Assault Vest, if we go for an Ice Punch here, we should potentially just destroy this thing. Like, yeah, Sludge Wave is really not going to do any damage. Very unfortunate crit there. Did he have Poison Point on that thing? Dear, Poison Point. What? Okay, you don't see that every day. And I didn't actually get Moxie off because Leech Seed killed it. That's unfortunate. That really is. Well, for this Raikou, I just want to get off as much damage as I can. So let's just get going for a couple of Drain Punches. And look at Assault Vest Scrafty, just doing a bit of work there. T-Bolts can really just eat him up. It's pretty fantastic. We got a nice chunk of damage off on that thing now. And depending on what it's locked into as well, we could be able to... Well, we should be able to just kind of finish off eventually. I'm actually kind of worried now, because if he has the Hidden Power Ice and if he's not Scarfed or something, Ampharos is probably going to die to subsequent T-Bolts. Given the amount that T-Bolt actually did there, though, I'm going to make a guess that this man is Specs. So I'm going to put that out there. And, okay, essentially what I need to do here is... I need to go out to my Alamola, and I think I need to get an Aqua Jet off just to ensure that Mega Ampharos can indeed kill it. And it is just going to come down to the fact that if this man is Specs or not, and that's honestly what it's going to come down to. Let's get a bit of extra damage off with our Aqua Jet on Alamola, and now let's hopefully he is Specs or something. Okay, we got to bank on this. Let's go for a Dragon Pulse. Hope we have enough. Sure enough, he is. So we are indeed going to take the game. GG. Oh, that really came down. I was really unsure if that man was Specs or not. But it turns out he was, just based on the damage I was doing. So that's pretty fantastic. We actually won. Yeah, I actually got to demonstrate things in this team. I'm quite happy right now. Let's move on to another game. Okay, and what have we got this time? A terrifying Victini for a start. Dear God. I guess this is another counter I probably should have addressed with something on my team. I haven't got much for Victini either. Just V-Create on that thing. Bloody nightmare. We also got a Mega Absol as well, which is always cool to see. Very underappreciated Mega. Trevenant, which is going to be annoying as hell to deal with. Actually, yeah, the rest of his team is very bulky, so I'm guessing it's centered around this Victini and this Absol here. So with that in mind, we are going to have quite a few problems here. Well, Victini, actually, my Ampharos can deal with it quite well. It's probably the only counter I have to it. And, oh, he's actually just going to leave with his Donphan. So we're not going to be able to stay in here. Just at all, really. Let's go right out to our Alamo. Hopefully he just goes for an EQ. No, he goes for the Stealth Rock. I would have loved to bounce that off. Tragically, it's not going to be. And now the switch that he's probably going to want to do is just go straight out to his Crobat or something. And actually, even go to the Absol. Actually, no, I won't have I won't have Magic Bounce just yet. So I haven't really got that to worry with. But yeah, he's definitely probably just going to switch into his Crobat. I can't see him doing anything else. So I'm just going to go straight for Bronzong, because I really can't, he can't touch me with anything, and if he goes for the Taunt, just because Crobat has like Blistering Speed, Gyro Ball will effectively just kill him. No, actually no, he's going to go out to his Vaporeon here, so okay, a bit interesting. Unfortunately that means I can't really go for the Rain Dance just yet, because that's just essentially going to boost his stats, so that's quite unfortunate. So what I'm probably... It's always a bad idea to go for Rain Dance when you're against a Wild-type Pokemon, but screw it, we need it. And oh god, he got a really unfortunate burn off on us, but we did get the Rain up, so that's something. Let's now go for a Trick Room, and oh god, okay. So we can live a turn, and then we're essentially going to die here. Let's get Stealth Rock up, and as he just kind of goes for the Protect, so that's fine with me. Bronzong is now dead. We can bring in Mega Ampharos very, very safely, and we can just start spamming Thunders. Now on the first one, I am going to predict him just to switch to a kind of counter. It's quite obvious that he will. Let's just go for a Dragon Pulse, predicting that. We're still going to be doing a significant amount of damage, and oh my god, Donphan does not take that well. Does not take that well at all. Let's go for another Dragon Pulse, because we are definitely faster than him. Donphan is now successfully dealt with. That's really good, because that means I can just launch Thunders off on absolutely anything, and it is going to hurt him. Trevenant's is the only counter that he's really now got for this guy, but even then it's not going to appreciate Dragon Pulses. So we're looking pretty good here. The best play for him is probably just go straight into his Vaporeon, get off a Protect, and then switch to into Trevenant, predicting the Thunder. So with that in mind, I'll just go for the Thunder on the next hit, and then I'll just go for a Dragon Pulse, and then hopefully kill the Trevenant with relative ease. I'm really hoping it's not the Harvest sets. I have so much trouble against those. They just refuse to die. They really do. Okay, things are looking good here though. We still got 2 turns of Trick Room up, and we still have the Rain for a little bit longer as well. So yeah, things are going well here. Mega Ampharos is definitely doing some work. He's definitely got to consider what he actually wants to go into. Sure enough, he's actually just going to go straight into a Trevenant here. So I'm hoping that this actually isn't the annoying Protect set as well, because he already revealed Protect on Vaporeon. This would really be annoying if it was, and sure enough, actually, okay, it isn't, so that's fine. It is the Harvest set though, so that's really annoying, and it does have Leech Seed. And oh god, Leech Seed Harvest, you monster. You monster. Let's just go for a Volt Switch. I really just don't want to stay in on this thing. We'll get a bit of extra damage off and just essentially break his Leech Seed right now, so that's fine. And essentially now we've got to go into something that's going to effectively counter it. We still got 2 turns of Rain, so I don't really want to bring in Chandelure just yet, because he's not going to be able to do that much. What I can essentially do though is I can Anchor him with my Whimsicott, and he really just can't touch me with Horn Leech, so he's probably just going to want to try and burn me or something. So sure enough, he is just going to kind of stay in with this thing. So Trevenant is now anchored, and he's really just not going to be accomplishing anything. And so now predicting the switch into something else, because Trevenant is going to be kind of redundant here. Let's just go for the Leech Seed. And, oh no, okay, right, he's just going to keep going for Horn Leeches. Okay, he's being that guy. He's being that guy. Okay. Well, it is just a couple of Horn Leeches. I could probably just switch back into my Mega Ampharos again. Yeah, we're gonna have to actually play it more aggressively, considering now Bronzong instead. I really need to work on preserving Bronzong just a bit longer. He does go down quite fast. Let's go into our Chandelure now though. Now the Rains wore off, and he's just gonna keep going for Horn Leeches, sure enough. His Encore is now ended. And I'm really predicting him to switch into something just to take this. I want to go for an energy ball. I really do. Oh, wait, no. Okay, go for Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball will be a bit of a safer play. If he goes into Victini, then that's super effective as well. And if he goes into Vaporeon, I'll still hit it. I'm not going to be that ballsy with the freaking energy ball on a Trevenant. Because if he does stay in here, I can just kill him outright. And sure enough, he did over-predict just there. So that's fantastic. Trevenant's now dealt with. Dealt with another thing on his team. And now he's going to go into his Absol. I can't stay on this thing because Sucker Punch exists. It's just not possible. Really isn't. And I'd love to switch straight into Scrafty, but this thing actually does get play rough, and I am predicting him to go for something like that. Whimsicott's not going to be able to do much to him, actually, just because he has Magic Bounce. It's going to be bouncing back both the things I want to do to him. Ampharos is just not going to appreciate switching in directly on him. I'm going to have to save him until he goes back into his Vaporeon or something of the like. I'm going to have to go to Whimsicott and just go for a Moonblast, really. It's probably my best bet right now. Sure enough, he is just going to go straight for the Swords Dance here. Moonblast is still going to do a heck of a lot of damage to him. Sucker Punch will definitely not kill me, and I should be faster than him just because I am a Whimsicott. Oh no. Okay, that's disastrous. That's really bad, guys. And he does indeed have the play rough here. Yeah, I think we're down. I think we're done here, guys. There's not much I can do. Okay, well, Alamola can live a hit, but the problem with Alamola is, what can he do after? Not a lot, let's be honest. We're in a very, very tight spot here. Let's go for an Aqua Jet, sure. Oh no, I think... Okay, yeah, I really need to agree. Why did you go for Sucker Punch? Come on, there was no way you were predicting the Aqua Jet Alamola. This set does not exist. It just doesn't. Let's go for a Wish this turn and just go to something else. Baton Pass? Oh, no. Okay, right. Yeah, okay, we have a problem now. Okay, we have a serious problem now. Well, we might be able to actually turn this around slightly now because Mega Absol is now no longer has its boost. But we've now got to deal with this terrifying threat right now. Because even if this goes for a V-Crate, it will probably kill us. I'm not going to lie. And I don't know if Chandler is going to even live a freaking Bolt Strike. Okay, well, I'm gonna... Oh, no. Oh, we're gonna have the chances with Ampharos, and hopefully he goes for the Bolt Strike, and oh yes, sure enough he does. That is the best we could have actually hoped for there. Because now essentially we get off a free Volt Switch on absolutely anything. He might just even actually stay in and just go straight for the V-Create. Well, I'm just gonna go for a Volt Switch, and if he does decide to stay in, like, Ampharos should definitely be able to live at least one hit. And I then should be able to just go for an Aqua Jet. He's actually going to go straight into his Crobat, which is really unfortunate. Dear God. Going to destroy that thing outright. Oh my God. We're going to have to go back into Alamola because it's really our only switch right now. It's all that we've essentially got to deal with these things. And we're going to have to actually deal with Mega Absol just by a process of Aqua Jetting the thing down. So, okay, right. He's going to go back into his Victini. So what's he going to want to do this time? Well, the problem I still have is that Absol still has to play rough, and between that and a combination of Sucker Punch, nothing on the rest of my team is going to be able to deal with it, so he really wants to get rid of this Alamola. It's definitely, like, in his best interests. So with that in mind, Victini really can't hurt Ampharos again. I guess this is my only real switch, though, to go into Chandler, just kind of predicting the, hopefully, V-Create here. And actually, okay, he's going to go for his U-turn. That's pretty fantastic. It means that we at least get a chance, and we are just going to get a bit more damage off in this Absol. That's pretty good. I know we're going to die to a Sucker Punch here, but this is exactly what I actually want to happen, and I am just going to go for an attacking move here. I just need to get as much damage off as I can in this thing. Chandler is really not going to be that useful anymore, because I can just deal with his other things with other Pokemon on my team. So yeah, let's just go for an Energy Ball, just not wanting to miss. Oh my God, he did not go for Sucker Punch. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, we actually might turn around this game. And because we went for Energy Ball and locked ourselves in on that move as he switches into Vaporeon. Okay, yeah, well, we weren't going to kill it, but bloody hell. What a turnaround. I was convinced I was going to lose this game, but now things are really turned around. Okay, Well, Vaporeon is probably just going to want to get a couple of wishes off and really just heal up Victini. Well, it's not going to appreciate a Mega Ampharos in your face, and I can't see you surviving much. If I could just go for a ballsy kind of Thunder here. I'm very tempted to do it. I don't know if Volt Switch will actually kill, just considering the amount of damage that Energy Ball did. I'm guessing this is almost like a max special defense Vaporeon, because it's a freaking Chandelure. Like, they're powerful. Let's go for a Thunder, and if he goes into Victini, hopefully we will land it and just take that thing out. We're in really good shape here, though. Like, Mega Ampharos resists both the things on his team. We've still got Alamola alive, and that has Wish support, and that can also take both the things on his team, well, apart from the Bolt Strikes. But we have Ampharos for that. Just by a combination of switching about, we should be able to clean up this match. I'm really surprised by just what he did. The fact that he bashed him past the Sword Stance, that was a really weird play. I've never actually seen that before on an Absol. But I guess it is kind of good, because you can't really roar that thing out because of Magic Bounce, so really interesting set that he had going. I'd be interested in trying that out at some point. Let's just go for a Dragon Pulse and finish up the game. We're definitely going to be able to live a V-Crate or a Bolt Strike or whatever he wants to go for, unless he reveals like the surprise Glaciate. And sure enough, he just goes for V-Crate. We are going to be able to live that nicely. Special defense drops. Dragon Pulse is definitely going to kill. GG. That was a really close game. That, honest to God, could have gone either way. Again, Mega Ampharos doing a lot of work. Stuart will be happy because he absolutely loves this guy. Just the hair on Mega Ampharos, like, it's amazing. It's definitely one of like the fantastic looking Megas. And plus it gives life to Ampharos. I'm pretty happy with this guy. I'm pretty happy with this team as well. It's actually done amazingly well. I'm genuinely happy right now. So that's going to be it for this week's Showdown Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really happy with how this team turned out. I do need to work on actually keeping Bronzong alive, because Trick Room, dear God, it's so handy to everything on this team. But apart from that, things are looking pretty good, and thankfully we didn't run into any Florges in this session. Believe me, if we ran into them, I probably would have lost, because I just don't have a counter to it. I really need to do something about that. I might give even Poison Jab to Scrafty, just something. Like, I really need to deal with that thing. It's such a massive threat. But yes, this has been this week's Showdown Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next video during the week. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.